Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have my latest video out for you, and I cannot wait to share this information with you that I've gotten from the last several days. My time with the Lord, with my family up in the mountains, as well as what He showed me before we left, which I shared a little bit about it in my last video. So I'm so excited to bring this out to you. So I will right away here. And just want to say ahead of time, my throat is a little funky. Sometimes it happens when after I eat. I just ate lunch. Depending on what I'm eating, it kind of messes with my throat a little bit. Especially when I'm trying to talk for a while. This is gonna be an hour and a half to 2 hours long. So it's gonna take a while. So just bear with me on that, and I'm not signaling or anything like that, like some people have said in the past. I'm making throat noises on certain parts because I'm signaling different things. I mean, it's really silly. Anyway, so I have found the gold and silver keys, I believe. Okay, and again, this is my grand guess, like every single time, because the Lord gives me information, and any of you, if you're following Jesus at all, He gives you information and clues and breadcrumbs on the trail, but you don't know exactly what they all add up to until you get there, until you get to the destination, and we're not at the destination yet. So, excuse me again. So, and I'm saying this based on what He's showing me. So you decide based on the information I'm showing you. So I'm gonna get into some different things. Right now, I just want to share with you that in Proverbs 25:2, it is the glory of God to conceal a matter, to search out a matter is the glory of kings. So it's important that we realize that God conceals information for a reason. Number of different reasons for concealing information. And as you search out the truth and you seek Him and you seek the Lord Jesus, then He reveals these truths to you. And I'm kind of like a pit bull when it comes to this kind of stuff. I grab on and I don't let go. I got to the point after 5 years, more than almost 5.5 years of really understanding what was coming. I started getting dreams and visions, and now I'm about at a 5.5 year point, something like that, and just getting weary at times and really getting tired of these things not quite getting there what I've been shown for 5.5 years. And so I started losing my grip a little bit, and then the Lord just re-energized me with this information. So He conceals matters for different reasons, and He wants us to search them out in the Word, truths in the Word, truths about Him, a relationship with Him, all the kind of things. And then He, of course, reveals these things as we seek. Seeking you shall find, knocking the door shall be opened to you, all that kind of stuff from the Word. So I'm going to get into a few things here, like this, for example. Let me go back to here, actually. Okay, so this is on the Vatican. This is the flag for Vatican City, which is a country. It's really crazy, okay? And this is telling you really what this is saying right here. Again, this is half gold and half silver is what it's showing on the flag. So these are the gold and silver keys as well. So the half the flag in the background is gold, half is silver. And then we see the gold and silver keys. So those are the keys to the gold and silver gates. I'm decoding this, okay? And this is where they're looking forward to, the Catholic Church, or the demons that run the Catholic Church, I should say, not the normal followers that don't have any idea really what's going on mostly in the Catholic Church and the evil that they're propagating, and what they're part of in the whole world, and how they're bringing the whole world into one world religion, okay? With the Antichrist, Stinky BO, the 44th Pres, Barack Hussein Obama as the Antichrist, and then the Pope as the false prophet. Okay, and so that's showing them, and see how they're linked together with this scarlet rope, and that has to do with sacrifice. So sacrifice will bring in the gold, the golden and silver gates, the gold and silver gates. And so they're looking to crown their king at that time. That's what this is showing right here, by the way. Okay, pretty much. Okay, I'm deciphering this for you. So this is what this is showing. So I'm going to be talking about some very key keys, a couple keys the Lord's given me to show you the dates, the time frame of the opening of the silver gate, I believe, and the golden gate. And again, this is my grand guess. I'm doing the best I can with the information I'm given. Okay, and I could be wrong, or it could be pointed to a little bit later, but I'm pretty sure, like many times, I'm pretty sure this is it. But who knows how it's going to go. You be the judge. But this is going to be a little bit different video. I'm not going to really talk about iPad Go 2. I'm going to talk about some predictive programming stuff in different things. I'm going to talk about iPad Go 2 at the very end, just a little bit, because I'm going to segue into my next video, which is going to be more about iPad Go 2 in this time frame. So this is more centered around the Lord's information that He's given me, and some predictive programming that's in the media and stuff. So, but this is first. So Again, I share this with you. So that is the flag for Vatican City. It's a country in Europe. It's just crazy. This is a little country, and I mean, for the fact that the Pope himself is a self-appointed, well, not well, in a sense, it's self-appointed because the demons are behind it, but he is his own basically monarch in this little country inside Italy. It's phenomenal, really, that this is allowed to exist. But that's the way the kingdoms of the enemy have been set up. Just like the District of Columbia in Washington, D.C. District of Columbia is its own, in a sense, corporation, and so is this. Vatican City is a corporation as well. So much to all this. I'm just showing you, this is their flag, okay? So this is what they're looking forward to. Okay, and as I've shared with you many times in previous videos, or you may have seen this other places, this is the audience hall at the Vatican, and the Pope sits right here. Okay, so it's right here with that red dot as I'm doing right there. Okay, and he sits at the mouth. You see this huge serpent with these fangs? You got big fangs right here. Mouth is open. Eyes right here. Scales. I mean, all this stuff. This is a massive serpent, and this is the tongue right here. See that? And when people walk into this audience hall and they don't realize this, I mean, it's pretty obvious to me. Hopefully it is to you. This is a massive, and he sits at the mouthpiece, at the mouth of the serpent. Okay, and that's the Lord of this world, the God of this world, Satan, okay? But he will incarnate himself into one man, and that's coming very soon, and which I'm talking about. It's a twin birth I'm talking about. I've been talking about for almost 2 years. In fact, as of tomorrow, the Lord, 2 years ago, today's August 3rd, tomorrow's August 4th. Tomorrow, 2 years ago, the Lord told me to start making YouTube videos, and I started my first one the next day, August 5th. And I didn't even realize it was Stinky B.O.'s birthday until I wasn't even focusing on any of that stuff and doing anything about it. He told me a few years prior that he was the Antichrist, and that the United States was Mystery Babylon and all this stuff. But I didn't really get into any of that stuff. And it wasn't until months later, after I started doing YouTube videos, the Lord started showing me he wanted me to do stuff about him because he's part of the twin birth. It's the twin birth of the man-child, like the Revelation 12 sign, into heaven. At the same time that the man-child is taken off the earth, the Antichrist will be revealed and, in a sense, born on this earth and incarnated by Lucifer. And that is definitely, without a doubt, Stinky B.O., the 44th Prez, Barack, Insane Obama, okay? I have many names for that joker. So anyway, Joker, there you go. I've shown this many times, different things. In fact, so that's his seat looking out to the people, and this is the people walking in. Now look at this. From where he sits, look, he can see the people, and look, the snake is eating the people. The snake is from the other side. You'll see the snake's head with the eyes on either side is still eating the people. Okay, and so that's, I just want to show you that if you haven't seen that. Pretty crazy. But I want to talk about my trip a little bit, and it was an awesome trip. We were up in Steamboat Springs, somewhere in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and I was fishing with my family, and I caught a 16-inch rainbow trout. Hey, it was awesome. I mean, I would like to have caught more, but my kids caught some crawdads, and I would like to caught more. It just didn't work out to catch. I just got skunked. In fact, I had several eat the bait off my hooks. I could not believe it. I was reeling a few big ones in, and they came off. It's crazy, but I was very thankful not to get skunked in this trip and get a nice fish like that. This is awesome. We wrapped in tinfoil, put spices and stuff on it, wrapped it in tinfoil, put it over the fire for about 15 minutes, something like that, and then just peeled the skin back and started eating. It was awesome. A little seasoning and stuff. It was it was awesome. So I just want to share that for any of you guys. I would appreciate that. And I really got some great time to spend with the Lord and enhance some of the things He'd shown me as well. And I want to just share a few other things. There's a picture of a ridge that we basically done some hiking on, and it was really beautiful. This picture, my son we looked back, and my son was like, "Hey, look at that! Isn't that a great picture?" So I took this picture, and I actually might make this into a big mural or something in our kitchen or something. I'm considering that. It's beautiful. There's so many amazing flowers and such. It was gorgeous. And the thing about up there is that there's no chemtrails whatsoever. It's really crazy. I expected that probably, but didn't see one trail, and all the clouds looked like they used to 20 years ago or whatever. I mean, even 10 years ago, it wasn't as bad. But the last couple of years, it's gotten so bad where there's so many crazy clouds and almost all the sky is covered with some kind of film of some kind, or some kind of haze. It's really sick. I'm so tired of it, actually. Especially in Colorado, it's all over the place. And both horizons, east and west horizons, are so full of junk that you can't possibly see anything in the sky or even in space at all. Hardly. It's just they go 24/7 almost. It's really bad. I'm sure there's a lot of bad places in the world, but this was pristine almost. It was so exciting. In fact, because of that, I had a shot that I'm going to show you. And that's coming up. But look at this. So we were on this hike, and can you see the hidden wildlife in the middle there? I love that shot. Okay, I got a good shot of this hidden wildlife in the middle of this shot right here. And we just came upon them, and it was a big deer, and just just looking at us for a little while. And we were pretty close, actually. It was pretty cool, pretty awesome to walk through nature and to see some amazing things, catch some fish, all kinds of stuff. And then here it is. So because there was no obstructions hardly of any kind that I could see what I'm normally used to down in down in town and things. I live in northern Colorado, so it's better than like Denver and such, but still it's still bad, still very, very bad. But compared to up here, it was like pristine up here, and the sky was so sharp. In fact, I got this shot of some orb in the sky. It looked like some planet very, very close. And I was like, what? And it was very, in fact, this is there's a mode on my phone called night mode. And it lightens up the darkness a little bit, gives you a little bit more light. And I was zoomed in on this thing a bit right here. And I took a picture of this, and it was very orange. And in fact, this makes it look, because of the light amping up a little bit, makes it look a little bit more yellow. It was so dark orange, almost red. It was just crazy. And then let me show you this. So I zoomed into this thing, and look at that thing. I mean, that is definitely something. It's not, and it was closer than I would have ever imagined. Like right here, it looked so close. The closest planet you'll ever see or something. And I'm thinking it's a planet. I think it's one of the planets that are coming in. So it is, look at that shot. I think anyway, it stunned me. I was very stunned by this. And also the light on it, the way it wasn't facing where the sun went down and things. Also, so it was getting a light source from, I think, another source or something. Anyway, it was phenomenal. I want to share that with you. It's pretty. I thought that was pretty amazing. And then this is a great shot I got on the lake that we were at, way up in the mountains. In fact, our elevation was somewhere around 10,000 feet, somewhere like that. This was phenomenal. I love this shot. Again, I got this on night mode. It's not a full moon. It was like a 3/4 moon at that time, and the moon just lit up on this night mode. Lights up almost like a sun, and it's a cool shot. See the stars. I love the colors, the silhouette of the mountains, the lake, everything. It is spectacular, and I'm probably gonna do something on that. Probably make a picture out of that one too, because I've got some really good shots of this. They're phenomenal. They're just phenomenal. I love the shot. So I had to share that. Hopefully you'll appreciate it as well. It's pretty amazing. So back to this. So again, I'm saying I found these because the Lord himself, Jesus, leads me down this path to whatever he has me find. And that's part of having a relationship with him. That you follow him wherever he leads. Okay, and that's the whole thing I'm promoting for so much in my videos that a lot of YouTubers do not promote. They do not promote Jesus. They promote themselves or just the general idea of God or whatever. I'm talking about Jesus himself, who you can have a relationship with, and knowing him and getting information about your life, about the future, about all kinds of things that you need to know when you need to know it, especially. Sometimes you're on a need-to-know basis and you don't need to know stuff yet. And sometimes he gives you things when you need to know them. And a lot of time, most of the time, he gives you stuff when you need to know them. But when you don't need to know them, it might be some time before he wants to give you some information. So that's all the process as well. So anyway, let's get on this process here. So back in November 9th, 2019, I found something pretty crazy. And I'm not going to get into all the ways I got to this, but basically I found something on the horizon. If you're looking at the west, from basically the West Coast, okay, and specifically San Francisco. I literally had it on San Francisco, looking to the West Coast, and I won't get into all that stuff I got into, but I was led to look at this stuff, okay, for a while, for months, and then I had found this, and I had some corroboration with this, and I couldn't believe it. So here, in this day, Sirius came up. Literally, it's going like this, and it went like that. and then it went back down, right? Okay, it goes down in the same day, right? So as it's going up and you see it in the horizon right there, okay, then all these 5 planets in a row with the sun follow it up. And as it's going down, like I just showed you, went down, these come up here in a perfect straight line. Well, a straight line, as straight as you can get, basically, is space. So with the sun, and that was right exactly from viewing it roughly from about here in San Francisco, overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge and this horizon. It was crazy. I tried to find a better way of showing it, but this is the best way. And of course, it's during the daytime. It was at 2:40 Pacific time, and this is what I'm calling the Golden Gate alignment. Okay, why is that? Why is that so significant? Well, we have Saturn right here. We have Jupiter right here. We have Venus right here. We have Mercury right here. We have Mars right here. And then we have the sun. Okay, so we have 6 bodies. So five planets and 1 sun. Okay, all in a line here. And that's pretty rare. And it's why it's also extremely rare and why it's significant to what I've been looking at is because it lines up with the Revelation 12 sign. Now, if I go, let me go zoom into here a little bit more. It's another thing. So let me zoom into so you can see this constantly. There's this is Sagittarius right here, Scorpius, whatever, that kind of stuff. Okay, Ophiuchus right here. Okay, but if you draw a line straight through, okay, this is pointing to this right here is the Golden Gate right here. So it's marking, it's drawing a line through where the Golden Gate is, and then right here, if you can see this. This clouded area right here, that is the Milky Way galaxy, which we're a part of apparently, right? I don't know all the details. If anybody wanted to argue with me and say we're really not in the Milky Way galaxy, and it's really because we're on a flat thing, and I don't care. You may be completely right. It doesn't matter to me. What this stuff that I'm sharing matters to me, and what's coming. So you may be right, you may be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, but right here, so this is basically Milky Way galaxy going like that. Okay, and this is intersecting, so it's showing you exactly by just this Golden Gate alignment, showing you what's coming, and that's where the Golden Gate is. Okay, this is very important. Okay, see, that's that cross section right here. So it's right in here. This is the Golden Gate right here. That's what's a lot of research and stuff has found. Okay, so, and then as it's so that was a straight line over the horizon, and then it comes down, follows Sirius down. Okay, this is all in one day. This all happened by about here. It was close to midnight, I think, if I can remember right. This is around 11 or midnight, something like that. Okay, so and again, you can see the the Milky Way right here, a little bit better, and it's kind of turned at this point a little bit. But anyway, it's showing you the intersection of where this is, and it's telling you also secretly that again, God conceals the matter. And then a king is supposed to search it out. So I'm considered, being a child of God, a king. So I'm searching out this matter, and the Lord's been showing me about this, especially for you, to know how close we are to leave, the ones, especially the faithful ones, to leaving. Okay, so how does this relate to the Revelation 12 sign? And why is that significant? Why is the Golden Gate alignment significant? Well, I'm just going to tell you. So look at down here. See this Saturn right here? Well, normally in this Golden Gate alignment, Revelation 12 sign, which is right here, okay, and that's been known about for about 5 years. Actually, I take that back. Maybe about 4 years, because maybe a year before or 2 years before. I think it was known about a couple years before it actually happened. Maybe that was 2015. I don't recall. Whatever it was, it's been known about for a few years, and a year or two before it happened. I think it was actually technically found by Scotty Clark first, which there's crickets. Where is this guy? Anyway, and they consider all these right in this area, in this red area that I just highlighted or outlined or circled, I should say. As the Revelation 12 sign, this alignment and everything. But right here, I found that Saturn was part of this, because if you draw a line through it, we have all these planets. Okay, so we literally have all the same planets. We have Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, Mars, and the Sun in this alignment here. The exact planets. So that's what coordinates these two, having the exact planets and the Sun in alignment. Okay, but what also coordinates these is something else. Well, let me do this first. Let me get into what another confirmation of this Golden Gate alignment here. Okay, and so at this time, I was looking into this, and I pretty much thought, okay, this must be something big. It coordinates with the Revelation 12 sign with all 5 planets and the sun. It's lined up right over the Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, are you kidding me? Golden Gate opening up, the Golden Gate Bridge, a sign of that. I mean, are you kidding? But is this really what I think it is? And why isn't anybody else talking about this? I mean, I literally found this, and that I've called it the Golden Gate alignment. I mean, and I don't know of anybody who's talked about this. It's just phenomenal to me. And this is all on purpose. Well, the elite know this. They know what this is. And how do they know that? Well, my brother Daniel was basically sharing all these fires, about all these fires that were going on in California. And he's done that. And it was last year as well. And the year before that, I think, it was the year before that or earlier that year, when these different fires were going on, and like in Paradise. And these ones were ones that were happening around that time. It was 11/8 through 11/9. I think they all started around 11/8, 11/7, 11/8, 11/9, something like that. And by 11/9, which is the day I'm talking about, we had these different fires. We had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You notice something interesting here. We have a big one that's about the shape of the size of the sun in a sense. Then we have 5 others, and they're all in a line. Now, how possible is it for fires, so-called natural fires, to be an exact line? Not possible. And for all of them to happen about the same time, not possible. 6 fires in a line, and he found this, and so it was amazing timing. So I'm gonna turn this upside down a little bit. It was amazing timing for what I found, because this is exactly parallel to the Golden Gate Bridge right there, right here. There's the Golden Gate Bridge. See this right there? That's where the Golden Gate Bridge is. I'm going to put a little gold line there for the... See how this is parallel? These dots, these fires are parallel to the Golden Gate Bridge. In fact, more than that, this big obvious big one is exactly the position of the sun, which this is incredible. Okay, so let me show you this. I'll put this up there with these planets. So basically, these were down. Okay, of course, this thing was down here, on the Earth or whatever. But just to show you how they line up, look at this. I'm just showing you arrows. Look how these line up. The only thing that's off right here is the sun, right here and right there. But it's still in between these two here, still in between Mercury and Mars. And I'm not sure why the difference would be on that. These two not lining up here, but it doesn't really matter to me. But the most important thing to me is like these. It's a phenomenal how these. So they've used these. We know the elite use DEW weapons. Okay, directed energy things. Okay, they're called DEW, and they've used them. And literally they disintegrate homes. And so many things. So there's some kind of DEW weapon to make these fires happen from space or something. There's theories about the NASA's, space station. There's really a weapon up there, and it concentrates the power of the sun like a big magnifying glass. And that's been in predictive programming in movies like Angry Birds 2, where the pig is holding a big magnifying glass and attacking their enemy, the birds on their island. It's just crazy. It's really crazy. There's so much stuff. I want to get into all that. But anyway, it's in predictive programming. There's a lot of evidence. When cars, they're, in a so-called wildfire, the inside of cars, like their window, the windows are melting, their hubcaps, their rims are melting onto the ground. And you're talking about thousands of degrees that a wildfire cannot produce. We're talking about homes that are reduced down to ash, like they were in some kind of crematorium or something like that. Impossible. Wildfires do not do that. And I've shown that many times in videos. Different people have proven that. And so anyway, it's crazy. So this is definitely an alignment. So I'm going to bring this down. So what happened on this day? Again, 11/9. So November 9th. And why is that significant as well? 11/9 is 9/11 backwards. And so it's pointing to something. Okay, I'm just going to say that. So on the ground we had this, okay, parallel to this and parallel to this in the air. Literally, we had these 5 planets and the sun as an example of these DEW weapons, these fires going on here, parallel to, like I showed you in this last one right here. Let me go back. That's parallel. See, this is parallel to that. See, these fires are parallel, exactly parallel, right beside the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, let me go back. And so we had parallel on the ground. We had the same formation of parallel in the sky. Okay, that's a massive confirmation. And guess what? That was a birth announcement. And I'm going to show you why. That was a birth announcement. And they were lighting fires to announce a birth. And I'm going to get into that, what that is. This is crazy. Okay, and they know. So this confirmed for me what I already seen, what I found. And I'm like, I could not believe it. And I've had this several times because Daniel and I have been on several same wavelengths at times. We were both talking about Hawaii. A couple years ago, we were talking about Hawaii and the hurricanes. And we've been talking about, the chunk of the southern part of the Big Island falling off. And I was studying that for 6 months before I started doing videos. The Lord led me into Hawaii, and then I started looking at videos, and I saw some of the stuff he was doing a little bit. I was told about him right after I started. I think actually right after I started doing videos, and I was like, I could not believe some of the stuff he was doing. He was talking about the hurricanes that were starting to come to Hawaii, and all this stuff. It was on similar tracks that I was. It was blowing me away. Anyway, so. Now let's go back here. Now, I was talking about the Revelation 12 sign. This is very important. So, to get a little bit of history here, a little bit of understanding, Jupiter right here entered Virgo, okay? And Virgo being of the virgin, or, figure of a virgin in a sense, entering into the body on November 20th, 2016. And then exited the body right here, in between the legs. I mean, are you kidding me? In between the legs, exited the body on September 9th, 2017. Okay, and that is exactly 293 days from the entrance into the body to the exit. And that's a type of gestation period, okay, a type of pregnancy, okay? And that type of pregnancy is 9 prophetic months. This is another thing that proves that this is all godly, that this sign was what people said it was. It was a Revelation 12 sign in the sky. Gives them a lot of validity. I've shared a lot of things that validate this thing. This is one of those things. This is 9 prophetic months. So 293 days is exactly 9 30-day periods. Like in Revelation, I think there's 8 scriptures that talk about prophetic months or years. A prophetic month is a 30-day period, and a prophetic year is 12 30-day periods, which is 360 days. So 9 30-day periods plus 23 days is 9 months and 23 prophetic days, and that's 293 days exactly. And this thing, the alignment happened 14 days after this on 9/23/2017. Are you kidding me? Okay, and again, so what I said before is this is God's number. 9/23 is God's number, but the enemy lined up the calendar, the Gregorian calendar, exactly hit on 9/23, completely taking that number from God in a sense. God still owns this number completely for his purposes, but then also the enemy has taken 9/23 and he's reversed it to 3/29, being the birth of the Antichrist. Okay, for example, after this Revelation 12 sign on 9/23/17, exactly 329 days later, so 923 backwards, 329, 329 days after the Revelation 12 sign was Barack Obama's 57th birthday. And that's one of the reasons why he's Mr. 57 that I've shared many, many times. He was also, his last inauguration was the 57th inauguration of any president. He said that he went to 57 states, and people thought it was a gaffe, but he was just putting the code that he's Mr. 57. There's many 57s he shared, and he is. And I'm going to share more in this presentation about some things that are coming up to prove that he is the Antichrist. Okay, he's Mr. 57, and that has to do with the day of his attack, and then he will come back to life in the belly of the beast. And I'm going to get into that soon here. Okay, so here's my diagram, and I've showed some of this before, but I didn't have a complete picture. I thought I might have, but this is really phenomenal. Now, you decide on this, but it's phenomenal. So we have the Golden Gate alignment, I said, right here. Okay, this is right here based on this timeline. We have Revelation 12 sign right here. So that's what these are. 2019 Golden Gate alignment on 11/9 and 9/23/2017 Revelation 12 sign. The difference between these two is 777 days. Can you believe it? And that's literally God's name. God's name in Hebrew looks like 777. One of his many names, but one of his main names is looks like 777 in Hebrew. Okay, so he's kind of the center of this thing. What's going on either side? Well, let me show you. So right back here, we had the conception and this birth right here. Okay, so the conception and birth was 293 days, but then when you add the going out to the alignment right here, it was from 11/20 to 9/23. Okay, it's 11:20 right here when it went in, and then we had an exit right here. But then when it finally had this full alignment right here, it was 9:23. So 11:20 to 9:23 is what? 308 days. Okay, why is that important? Well, you'll find out here. This is incredible. This is crazy, okay? Okay, and 308 days is exactly 44 weeks. 44. Does that sound familiar to some of you? What's 44? And I've shared this many times in my videos, so you should know. If you don't know, then you'll find out here. And then 777 days is 111 weeks. So you see something similar? You got a 44 and a 111. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, whatever. We got more to go here. And then right here from 11/9, November 9th, 2019, okay, which is also 44 weeks. See this balance? We have, this is called a mirror date or mirror timeline, okay? And this is really crazy. Okay, this is all God. He came up with this. You cannot debate this, but the enemy lined up the Gregorian to hit this so it could hit all his numbers as well. So this is phenomenal, okay? So what's coming here? So what does that bring you to? What is 308 days from 777, the Golden Gate alignment, bring you to? 9/11/2020. Are you stunned yet? There's a lot more to show you. This is incredible. So this is literally pointing, 11/9 is pointing to, because it's backwards, 9/11. It's exactly 308 days. We have that exact time from the conception to the Golden Gate, to the Revelation 12 alignment. So the Revelation 12 sign, exactly 308 days on either side. This is incredible. Okay, this is incredible. I got so much more to share. And then so we know, like I said, we know over here. So I'm saying from right here, okay, in this area right here, that is the birth of the Antichrist. And remember I said right here, this is the Golden Gate, and they had an announcement with these dew weapon fires, which I'm going to show you in just a second here again. And that was an announcement of this birth. So this is his birth time right here, and this is the birth, of course, of the man-child, represented by right here, from the conception to the Golden Gate, to the Revelation 12 sign. Okay, the alignment right here. Okay, so how is 44? I'm going to go back here. How is 44? We know that's his number, Stinky Bill being the 44th pres. How is 44 and 308, or 308 on his side, or 308 on this side, but how is 44 the man-child? Well, there's a few reasons, few ways, but one is, part of the man-child is the 144,000, and that's this right here, the 144,000. And the reason why this works out is because they know this stuff, so this is all in Gematria already. They know, they have the numbers and stuff for them and for their adversaries, the enemy. So the enemy does all this Gematria and everything. I'm just exposing it. I'm doing what Ephesians 5:11 says, which is really crazy because it's 5:11. Because 3:11 is 5:11, is 7:11, is 9:11, is 8:11. These are all the same thing, and I've shared that in previous videos why these are all the same thing. Because they're just different ways of looking at the same thing. And 11 has to do with twin attacks, like twin towers, like 9/11. First 9/11, we're going to have twin coasts attack. There's been many twins because it's about a twin birth, because we have a twin and a twin. This is about twins. The good and the bad twin, and I've been proving that. So 140,000 is so we have the 144, which is 144,000, and 1 times 44 in the 144 is 44. 1 times 44 is 44. So this is how the enemy and God look at it. We have the evil 44 and we have the good 44. We have the yin and the yang. I mean, this is nuts. Okay, so in the 144,000 we have 406. They don't count zeros. That 46 is 23 chromosomes from the male, 23 chromosomes from the female. That represents birth. 46 is birth in that sense. Also, 46 in Gematria is birth and born. Okay, this is crazy. So then we also have what's 485. 485 is 4. Because 8 plus 5 is 13, which is 4. 13 is 1 plus 4 is 4. This is 44. It depends on how you compress numbers, because especially when there's a 3-digit or 4-digit number, you can compress them in different ways. So I'm going to give you one example. You keep the 4. 8 plus 5 is 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. So you have the 44. There's the 44. There's the 44. And that's how the 144,000 is 44. the 144,000, okay? Then also we have, what's this number? This number is 161, so this is scrambled 116, which is upside down 911. And that's telling you this time right here, boom. And then we have 188, 8 plus 8 is 16, so we have 116, again, upside down and backwards is 911. Then we have, that's 511 scrambled, 115 or 511, either way. And I've been talking about that. It's like crazy because 511 is 711 is 911. And then another thing about this one is how is it, then the 144,000 has to do with this as well. How's that? 144,000 has to do with 111, and so will the Antichrist right here. He's 444 and 11. Because what happens is this is a mirror right here. So what the enemy has will go into here. What the good side has will go into here, like that. I hope that makes sense, but it does. So 2 plus 9 is 11 plus 1. So the 144 is 111. See, that's 2 plus 9 is 11, 11, and then the 1, you don't count the 0, is 111. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But I'm showing you several ways, and they do this on purpose, where these different words and things in different ciphers mean multiple things, so it tells you a whole story. And that's just how this works. It's really phenomenal. And you can, and I'm going to show you here soon how when you compress numbers in different ways, and this is what they do, and I'm just exposing what they do. I don't do any of this stuff. I don't, that's just what they do, and I'm just showing you what they do because they want to predictively program people by using numbers behind the scenes that people don't know to bring people closer and closer to one world government, one world religion, one world evil dictator, stinky BO, the 44th Pres. Okay, so there's more here. So as I showed you before, right up here, so this is their sign of his birth. Now his birth is right here, starting right here to right here. I mean, in a sense, it's both our births, but this is all symbolic, different ways of looking at the symbolism. So again, this is their sign up here with the burns and stuff, matching this. This is the beginning. This is their beginning right here. That's why this is the Revelation 12 sign, is the man-child, represented by the Revelation 12 sign in the stars, and this is their enemy. This is the represented by these dew fires and such, and probably other things, but I'm just going to use that as an example. There may be a lot of other things I don't even know about. But look right here also, as I showed you, the 144, the 144,000 spelled out as 111. Also, Barack Hussein Obama, or I like to say Barack Insane Obama, is 1938. And 1 plus 9 is 10. Take away the 0, you got 1. 3 plus 8 is 11. 111. See? 111 right there. There it is. So in their names, the 144,000 and in Barack Hussein Obama is both 111. Okay, so I've established that they're both 44 with Gematria and with what the 144 is 1 times 44, and 44 is the 44th Pres, and they're both 111. Okay, let's keep going. This is crazy. And then look how Barack Insane Obama is also 116. I just showed you a bunch of 116s, especially with the 144 already, and we know 116 is 911, upside down and backwards. So the enemy hides things by doing things backwards or upside down and backwards. Okay, that's how this works. Okay, let's keep going. You won't believe some of this stuff. Okay, so if you add 308 to 777, you get 1085. Or do it the other way. 308 over here to 777, same thing, but just showing you how. So it should work both ways. So Strong's Greek is family, offspring. We're talking about birth. It's crazy. Descendants. It's crazy. This is... Oh, man. So we're talking about birth. There's 2 times it's used as birth. And we're talking about birth. This just so happens this number, 777 and 308, either way you go, both are being birthed. The Antichrist and the man-child, like I've said, and this is confirming. I'm confirming this in several ways. And this is Strong's numbers that people have used before. And understand that God does these secret messages that we're trying to find. It's the glory of God to conceal a matter. It's the honor of kings to search it out. I mean, are you kidding? That's what we're talking about here. Okay, next, this is crazy. Now, how about this? So if you take 44 added to 111, you get 155. Well, what's 155? Either way, 44 to 111 right here is 155. What's 155 in Hebrew? Adereth, garment, glory, a mantle, a robe. So I'm telling you, when the man-child is birthed into heaven, he's going to get a robe and a mantle and glory and a garment. I mean, this is all the same. Mantle is leadership. Mantle is your next office. What are you going to do? And then the Antichrist, as soon as this day happens and this happens, he's going to take up a new mantle, false glory, but he's going to be glorified in a sense on earth. Lucifer incarnate in him is going to look like glory to the world, a false glory. He's going to have a new garment. He's going to have a new mantle. He's going to be the mantle of leadership. Is going to be the Antichrist, the one world leader, in a sense, a robe like royalty. He's going to be worshipped in a sense. I mean, all false, of course, but this is crazy how this works. Either way, this way, those two together, or these two together. You see this, how this overlaps, and this being the center point right here, or this being the center point right here, God, and the two births right here on either side of God. I mean, the good and the bad birth, and the message I've been saying for 2 years. Are you kidding? And I have twins. I have twin boys. And I had twin boys months after I started talking about this on YouTube. Conception happened months after. And the Lord just completely blessed me with my sons. And they're very different in a lot of ways. I'm not saying one's evil, one's good at all. They're symbols, in a sense, of this thing. And like I said, when I first got my ultrasound of my twin boys, we were just going to do regular ultrasound, but the guy's like, hey, here's a couple 3D images. We weren't going to pay for 3D at all. He gave me the first 3D image, and they looked, and I've shared this in previous videos, I just didn't put a slide up. They looked literally, one was facing down with the legs out, one was facing up. It looked like yin and yang. One was lighter, one was darker, and God said to me, yin and yang. And he said it. I was like, what? And then he started showing me that yin and yang is really about the birth. It's about the twin birth. Oh my God. And that's where that comes spiritually, where it comes from. Okay, so let me show you this. So here, this is where I changed it here. So right here, so look at this. This is phenomenal too. There's so many things in this. Take out the zero because they take out zeros. 3. And again, this is God. God came up with this. So this is God's thing. This is crazy. These are his days. This is everything of his. So you take out the 0. That's 38. See that 38 right there? Okay, now we're going to do a 38 over here because 308 is really 38. Take out the 0. What's 38? 38, that's why full term for twins is considered 38 weeks, not the typical 40 weeks. Twins is the normal average term for a single baby is 40 weeks on average. The normal average term for twins is 38. Look at this, 38 and 38. Can you believe it? Are you stunned yet? I am just off my chair stunned by this, even still. Cannot believe this. 38, and I've been seeing 83 so many times, and I was like, I know that's something. I knew it was 8111 as well, a different thing. But when I realized it was 38, man, wow. Wowie wow. Okay, so there's more here. This is phenomenal. Okay, and then, but in 3 and 8, 3 plus 8 is 11. So now we have, look at this, we have 11 on this side. We have 111 and 11. Okay, check this out. So let's do 11 plus 111. We get 122, which means red or Adam. The name for Adam is ruddy or red. Adam, because we all come from Adam, and that's the birth. That was the beginning. That's a birth. Adam is a birth of the human race. And check this out. In Greek, it's 122 is of a goat. So look, we are this. See, Jesus is the second Adam, the Bible says. So look at this. So if Jesus is the second Adam, he is the head of the body. See, the sacred secret, which is not, the Bible calls it the mystery, but it's really better translated the sacred secret. The secret is, like the Bible says, God kept a secret that if the enemy would have known that from Jesus and people believing in Jesus, him dying and then him basically sowing a seed and out of his death, that many would come raised unto him and would be a body to him being the head of this body. And that was the sacred secret. If the enemy had known that, he would never have crucified the Lord of glory. This is the real truth. The real truth about the universe is that God wanted a new son that was pure through suffering and through obedience and everything, like Jesus, him being the head of one body in Christ. And just like he suffered, we suffer just like him, because we're no greater than our master. That is the sacred secret. It's a secret. It wasn't a mystery. It was a secret that the enemy kept, or that the God kept from the enemy, or the enemy would have never crucified the Lord of glory, the Bible says. Okay, so the fact is that we're a second Adam. We were to regain as being a new body, a multifaceted body with Jesus as the head, replacing the old Adam that messed up. It's the second Adam. Jesus is the man with the plan because the first man ran. Okay? And so that is us, the 122, the red from Adam. And guess this jerkus over here, this guy over here, he's of a goat. He's a Baphomet. He's literally, you know what, literally, I am convinced he's actually male and female somehow. Um, I had a video out about him being gay and stuff like that not too long ago and everything. He's a Baphomet. He's some kind of mixture. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And there's a lot of evidence in there. And we know that my Michael and I, my Michael, his Michael, is a man as well. We know this, but he has a feminine spirit, big time, and that's why he's represented by pink. And then he's going to be incarnated by the devil, which is represented by ultraviolet light. In the physical it is. Anyway, so he's represented by, and like an iPad Go and stuff, by pink and ultraviolet. And even in lightning now, I mean, I'm seeing lightning, pink and ultraviolet lightning. It was not that long ago. I saw this thunderstorm and it was ultraviolet lightning. I'd never seen that in my life. And I'm seeing these colors everywhere. I mean, literally on my player, on my video player on my phone, the bar that goes across as it's playing the video and everything, it's ultraviolet. It's everywhere. Everywhere I look now, clothes are ultraviolet and pink. And with kids, when I went with my daughter to go look for some clothes, we have rainbows and unicorns on everything. So many things to represent the Antichrist. It makes me want to vomit very badly. Anyway, this is horrible. So this is showing the 122 from here. So from this 11 over here and this 111, 122, this is his side. This is showing he's the goat. And over here, we're the second Adam over here. This is crazy. I mean, hopefully this is blowing you away because this is blowing my head off. I mean, I'm like, my head got, my top popped, boop, my head, and then I had to go find it and then put it back on, and then I'm watching some more stuff, and it boop. Ever see those toys where things pop off? Go find it and put it back on, boop. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, this is too much, Lord, too much. Here's more. Now look at this. Now again, so 1 and 1 is also 1 plus 1 is 2, and 1 and 1. So we had 3 plus 8 is 11. Then keep reducing, keep compressing. 1 plus 1 is 2. So now we have 2. Now, are we going to get something with 2 and 1 and 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2 and 1, 1, 1? Yes. 1, 1, 3. And that's his number. I mean, I've shown how, and that may be how 311 relates to 511, 711, and 911. Okay, so I thought 311, 511, and 711, and that might be the farthest it goes. So I was thinking July might be the farthest. Well, 311 is not even in there. It's a separate thing. It means other things. But 311 in Strong's Hebrew is Lord. And so on this side of the man-child, we're going to be lords. Kings and lords under Jesus. He's the King of kings and Lord of lords. The faithful, the man-child. The 144 are going to be kings and lords. The Bible says that. Wow. Anyway, and then check this out. What's 113 on his side? Lawlessness. Lawless. The lawless one. Wow. Are you blown away yet? I am reeling. I might have to stop this video. I don't know. No, I'm not going to. This is crazy. What? How can this work out? This is some big stuff. Hopefully you see this. This is, wow. Okay. And he's also a lord in a sense too, but it's more because we're going to be kings and lords. I'm going to be, listen, my number one love is Jesus. And I've been proving that out for 20 years, going through hell on earth. So people say, oh, you can't avoid the tribulation. I've been in tribulation for 20 years. I lost everything in my life. And I gained a family. I lost everything. I gained a family. I gained all kinds of stuff afterwards. I had nothing. I was nothing. I started knowing Jesus. He brought me to my lowest point. He's over the years, he's burned off the worst parts of me. Sometimes I feel like I would not trade that. I would not want to go through that again. But I would not trade it for anything. So people say, hey, I've been a believer almost 30 years. I've been through 30 years of a lot of hell. A lot of hell. And I think a lot of you can relate to that have really followed Jesus. If you follow Jesus, if you understand what that really means, but he's refined me, he's put me through the fire, and you think I need the tribulation for that? No. I have passed the test. That's what Paul said. I passed the test. I kept the faith. I don't need another test. That's the point. People miss it. Please don't miss it. Don't miss it. Pass the test. The Lord told me it was a few years ago. He said, it's better that you pass the test now than later. It's better that you change now than later. And I didn't get it. It kind of scared me. And I knew it was here. When the way he said it, it was very serious. Pass it now. Don't do it later. Don't do it later. You're going to be like the wicked servant that's cast out in the outer darkness with his weeping and gnashing of teeth. And that's not hell. That's the tribulation. I guarantee it. I absolutely guarantee it. So anyway, moving on here. This is crazy. So then 3, so 1, 1, 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1 right here is 3. So you see this 23 and 23. 23 and 23 is 46, and that's birth as well. Also, right here, 4 plus 4 is 8, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So look, we have, going this way, 38, which is 38 weeks for a twin, and we have 38, which is 38 weeks for a twin gestation period. Are you kidding me? So God is the center of both these births. He is the center of this birth and that birth. You see this? This is the center point right here. And I'm going to show you another amazing example of the Lord's perfect sign that even connects to this, and it's coming up soon. But look at this. So there's his presidential portrait. I've shared this previously in other videos of mine. But when Kobe Bryant was killed, it was January 26th, was 126. I'm going to show that in a second. But he was a black mamba. And right in Obama's foot here, upside down, well, not upside down, but right here. This is a black mamba slithering through the garden. That's a black mamba. See that? It's his head. You just squint your eyes a little bit. You can see, it's easier if you squint your eyes a little bit. You can see a black mamba slithering through the snake. He is it. I have proven it. I have over 481 reasons why Barack Obama is the Antichrist, and there's solid, ridiculous evidence. A couple of them I'm showing you right here. He's the black mamba. That's Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's jerseys is 8 and 24. When he came back later, it was 24. 8 plus 24 is 32. So I showed you over there that in the back over here real quick. So right here, remember 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, and 3 and 2. So he's 2 and 3 and 3 and 2 because it has to do with birth. It's part of that. So he's 23 and 32. And right here, he's 32. See, and those are in his legs, upside down and backwards. Right here, it's 32 right here. I'm showing you, it's right there. Okay? And then he was 23 in high school, if he even played in high school. I mean, it's called to be all doctored and everything. Who the heck knows? But 23 in Punahou. In fact, Punahou, okay, is 576. And this is, again, these numbers mean so many things, especially when you have 3 or 4 or more. He's Mr. 57, and he's 6. So it's the birth of 6 on the day of 5/7. And he's Mr. 57 because that's the day, and I've shared that before. It's the 5th month or the 7th month. So to the elites, the fifth month is July. Okay, the 7th month is September. To the masses, the 7th month is July, and the 5th month is May. So we have an overlap. We have a 5 and a 7 and a 7 and a 9. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I thought it was 5 and 3 and a 3 and a 7 for each calendar. But no, the overlap is actually, so, because I included 3 because I thought 311 and 31 were all part of that, but they're separate codes. And this probably doesn't make sense, I don't know. But it's just too hard to try to explain right now. So we have a 5 and a 7 overlapping a 7 and a 9. So what they have in common is a 7. So that's why I thought it was July. But the problem is 7 and 9 because, September is 9, but it's also 7 to the elites. Septem is Latin for 7. Okay, so that's why it ultimately is 9. It ultimately is September. It's crazy. I never would have thought it. So, but I'm learning as I go, and I'm learning to divide off certain things and take in other things and how this actually works. So he's Mr. 57, and he's also 6. He is 6, 66, and 6. But also, 5 plus 7 is 12. So we have 12, and then you have the 6. 126 was when Kobe Bryant was killed on January 26th. And he's the Black Mamba. And it was Kobe Bryant's jerseys that added up to 32. I mean, and then if you take COVID, you can't do it anymore, but on Google, and Dallas, brother Dallas with Whiteboard Gematria showed this. He had this discovery, and I chronicled it on one of my videos after he found it. But he literally put COVID in the English to Hebrew translator, and then translated to Hebrew, and then took that Hebrew word in Hebrew and put it to Hebrew to English, and COVID equaled Kobe. And then Kobe equals Obama. I mean, it's all about him. It's all about this guy. And I'm showing you video after video after video after video after video, all the stuff that evidence that he is the Antichrist. And literally, I mean, there's so much in this. There's a cobra behind his head. You know, he's got a big sperm right there. I mean, he's got fangs right here in his head. I mean, he's hiding a 6th finger where his hands are. I mean, it's crazy. If you don't understand this by now, please wake up, because he's showing up more and more, and I'm going to show this here soon. So again, right here, we have the 23 and the 32, and that's him. That's why, because it's about this birth that's coming. And 23 backwards is 32, which is also 23, which is 46. Okay, anyway, so this is phenomenal. This is amazing. This is God right here showing these births here. Hopefully you get this. If you don't, watch this video again or something, or look at this stuff again, try to get it, because this is impossible for this to work out. And these coordinate so well. Now I'm going to show you how this, completely ties into this one. Lord's perfect sign. Again, gosh, I'm sorry, I can't remember the guy that came up with this. You can look it up, the Lord's perfect sign, and you'll see his name. Someone mentioned it in comments, or look at my comments on my last video, and they'll mention the guy's name. I apologize. I'm usually not very good at that, because I'm trying to come up with a presentation and do that, and it's hard to remember names, even in the midst of it, specific people's names. But anyway, this is phenomenal. So basically, this midpoint right here, okay, again, it's a mirror, and again, it shows that God's into mirroring things, and the enemy just ripped that off in all kinds of satanic mirroring that he does. But this is a mirror right here. So this mirror date is January 5th, 2015. Okay, so January 5th, 2015, whatever. Okay, so that's the mirror date. And so what's phenomenal about this is all these eclipses, lunar and solar eclipses on the right going to the future from here, exactly mirror the ones going to the left in the past. You can see this by these exact days that they were. Okay, look at these days and they match exactly. It's phenomenal. This is massive proof. If you really dive into this, this is massive proof of a creator. No, okay, if you believe in evolution at all or anything else besides creation, I mean, this completely destroys your theory, because it's impossible for these to line up from this date. Now, why is it this date? I'm going to show you why. Why it's this date is the midpoint of this. This has never been done before in 3,000. And right here it says, no other tetrad in history, on the very bottom here. No other tetrad in history from 3000 BC to 2013, 14, 15 AD displays this perfect symmetry. No other one. These guys looked at this. Okay? Why? Because it's pointing to this birth that's coming, and I'm going to prove it to you. This is phenomenal. Wait till you see this. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Okay, so right here, remember this midpoint right here. This is the midpoint right here, right in the middle. From here to the first blood moon is 266 days. Okay, here the middle to this blood moon right here. So these two blood moons to this blood moon right here, 266 days. We have 266 days on either side, from the middle out to the first blood moon, and then the middle out to the last blood moon. What's 266? 266 days is exactly, can you guess? 38 weeks. 38 weeks, the maximum gestation of twins. And that's a coincidence. Are you blown away yet? I got goosebumps right now. You should. If you don't, wake up, please. This is impossible for this to work out like this. So wait till I show you how this connects. Woo. Okay, here we go. So that's a twin birth right there. That's yin and yang. Again, we're talking about a midpoint. And what does this midpoint point to? Okay, so this 1-5, again, 1-5, 2015. What does it point to? Check this out. From 1-5 2015, to the first day of this 13-day process I'm talking about. This begins with September 1st, and then the 11th day is September 11th, the 13th day is September 13th. The 13-day birthing process I've been talking about is, look at this, 2,066 days. Does that remind you of 308? Remember 308 on either side of the 777? Take out the zero. Take out the zero, we got 266. What did we just look out there? 266, which is 38 weeks. To this day. Huh? Here's more evidence. How about from Barack Obama's birthday, tomorrow, August 4th, or depending on when you're watching this, but August 4th is tomorrow to me, because it's August 3rd right now. August 4th tomorrow to September 11th is 38 days. From his birth that's known by the world, which is fake, to the birth that's coming on the biggest birth, because that's when the tsunamis, and that's when it's basically the portals are opening. I'm saying 38 days, just like 38 weeks. Again, they use them back and forth. The numbers for weeks, years, whatever. God does that too, all over the Bible. There's symbols. The numbers, like God uses 7 days, 7 hours, 7 years, 7... And weeks can be years, and years can be days, and all this stuff. Okay, it's different things. So 38 days is 38 weeks. So we have the 38 weeks equal 266 days. That's all massive coincidence? Everything I showed you so far is a massive coincidence? I don't think so. And the coincidence upon coincidence upon coincidence upon coincidence? No. Now, this is another thing that's stunning when the Lord showed me. I could not... Again, this substantiates what I'm talking about September 11th. And I cannot believe this. This has to do with the silver gate. So I showed you where the golden gate was by the bow of, right between Ophiuchus and the bow of Sagittarius and all that stuff. And I showed you those two cross lines, the gold cross lines. Now this is, here's the gold cross lines right here. This is the silver gate. The silver gate is the toe of one of the twins. It's the club. It's right at the end of the club of Orion. It's the horn of Taurus. I forget this guy's name. Dang it. This thing's name. But anyway. And then Monosaurus, the unicorn, is pointing right to it. See the unicorn thing pointing right to it? It's right here. And guess what this is? That's the moon. Okay? And it was in the silver gate. Okay? It's going to be in the silver gate. That's the silver gate. The moon is going to be in the silver gate on 9/11/2020. Now, why is that substantial? Why? Okay, by the way, by the light of the silvery moon. Okay, the moon is silver in a sense. It's gray, whatever. But, the song like that, silvery moon. It's in the silver gate. The silver object or the gray object is in the silver gate on 9/11/2020. Because why? Why is that important? Because it was there, exactly that spot on 9/11/2001. The 11th of September, the notorious 11th of September, that's exactly the same scene as what you're going to see right here in the silver gate, exactly 19 years later. There's the 19 I've been looking for. I thought it was 2019. I thought it could have been July 19th, but it's actually 19 years from this guy to this guy. Exactly 19 years. Why is 19 significant? 19 is a very significant number because it encompasses the first letter, the first number and the last number. The first number is 9. The last number that's available is 9. Sorry. First number is 1. The last number is 9. 1 and 9 means beginning and end. That's what 19 really means, beginning and end. So we're looking at the beginning and the end right here, 9/11/2020. Hopefully you get this. This is phenomenal stuff here. This is off the chart stuff. So I have with that diagram I showed you before, with the Golden Gate alignment and the Revelation 12 sign, and on either side we have the births and all that, and it ends on 9/11, and that's the Golden Gate opening, and this right here showing the Silver Gate opening with the demonstration of that being this was right here. This moon was right exactly here on 9/11. It's going to be there on 9/11/2020. Are you kidding me? Here's more. There it is right there. See, look at this. Now watch. It's going to look like I've just tilted this. This picture right here. Look like I just tilted it. So look, tilt, tilt, tilt. But look where it is. See how close this is right here? Hopefully, let me do it this way. See how close this is to the tip, the toe, and how the distance it is from this club. So look at where it is from the toe to the club, okay? Now I'm going to go back and forth. Watch. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. See? It's the same spot. If you would like make a little, like if I made a triangle right here, like I made a triangle like that. Anyway, well, that's a bad triangle. Ah! Let me draw it here. If I go like this. And then I did it again. Oh, let me go this. I mean, literally, that's the same. No, man, I can't draw right now. I'm trying to put it against the... But anyway, that's a triangle. That's like a little... Look at that. Look at that. It's the same. Hopefully you get that. Sorry, I was trying to do it in the air with my pen on my phone, and it doesn't work. It gets all scraggly and stuff. But it's just the same. Look at that. It's the same. Exactly the same. Look at the dates change. Look at the dates change. See, right here, we have 2020, 9/11/2020 at 3:35, or 3 minutes, just a little bit into 9/11/2020. And then look, we have 9/11, and the attacks that happened on the East Coast were at 8:46 a.m. I never forget 10:46 where I was at in Colorado. I would never forget that day. I'm sure a lot of you will never forget. But that's crazy. There it is. That is awesome, and that hits on the exact day of the Golden Gate. I'm saying with my diagram and everything. These are two keys: the silver key, and the golden key. That's what I think. That's what it looks like. Anyway, let's keep going here. Oh, this thing freaked out. Oh shoot! Hold on a second here. I gotta do this over. Okay, once in a while this program freaks out. So I was going back and forth. It's like, I can't think that fast. Okay, now. Remember I said gold and silver key or gold and silver gate. The key was on the Vatican's flag, Vatican City flag, right? Because they're showing both open at the same time. That's why they're both there. And they're looking to, make their king, and they have the multi-tiered crown or whatever and all that. Now here's another example of predictive programming with this jackwagon right here and this jackwagon right here. So that's Kim Jong-un, and this is Kim Yo-jong, his sister, supposedly, right? And he's on a white horse like the Antichrist, okay? Or maybe you actually can even say it like Jesus, because he's going to be on a white horse as well. But this is the golden gate. See, this is silver, this is gold. Silver gate, golden gate. White horse, pale horse. White horse, pale horse. And pale is also pale in as far as pale horse. If you go to Revelation, pale is Greek word 5515, which pale is really chloros, like in chlorophyll, whatever, which is green. And look, she's wearing green. The pale horse and the silver. She's talking about. She's got the pale horse. She's got the green, and then she's also the silver gate. It's kind of a silvery looking horse. And then there's no such thing as a golden horse, but this is a gold star with these gold things all over here and everything. And then this is silver. This is all silver, and this is all gold. And this is the silver and golden gate. In fact, this is even when I do the yin and yang thing. Oh my gosh, that was really bad. Anyway, sorry. I did it really quick. All right, that's the yin and yang thing. The yin is the dark, which is the girl, and the white is the man. This is a woman and man right there. The dark energy is the female, and as far as how it represents yin and yang. So anyway, that's showing the twin birth. These two are the twin births and the twin gates. Silver and gold, female and male. I mean, that's what they're showing right here. This right here. It's crazy. I mean, literally, it's everywhere. It's all over the place. They're doing this stunt for that and showing you this is coming. I'm telling you, hopefully you get this. This is phenomenal stuff. Okay, now I'm going to get into the funeral of John Lewis. Okay, this guy was a civil rights guy back with Martin Luther King back in the day. And there he is right there, young didn't know anything. What's going on? Hardly. He's like, huh? No, I'm just kidding. These people are tools of the enemy, and it's too bad that maybe at some point they were good, and then the enemy turned them over to evil, because this guy is corrupt. He was as corrupt as they come, and he was a friend of Stinky B.O., so he's got to be super corrupt. But this is a funeral. I'm going to show you all this predictive programming. This is crazy, and Gematria. So John Lewis is, in simple Gematria, 115. I've been talking about 115, because 115 is 117, and 119 or 911, and 711. Okay, bam. He's also 57. What a shock. Just like Stinky B.O., Mr. 57. He's 57. And it's crazy. And then Congressman Joe Lewis, yeah, the fighter, yeah. John Lewis is 2, which is 1 and 1. 4 plus 3 is 7. And then we have 117, we have 117. And then 2 plus 9 is 11, 7. And and then we have 115, and then we know that 2 is really 1 and 1 because it's hidden. We'll put that back up there. 115. There we go. We have 117, 117, 117, 117, 115, and 115 hidden in 25. And I've shared this many times in videos. The way you hide 115 or 117 is make the 1 and 1 2. So you make it 27 or 25 or whatever. And that's why I've shared that many times. And so look at his full name, Congressman Joe Lewis, is 117 several times and 115. And there he is 115 again in his normal name. So again, that's pointing to the day of birth, which is really all 115 or 5, I should say 511, which is 115 backwards, or 117, which is 711 backwards. Again, a lot of these are backwards because it's really forward. So 711 is September. Septem is 7. September 11th. 511 is 711 is 911. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. It's crazy. I mean, could you have more? This is impossible right here. This is impossible. If it's a couple of them, okay, yeah, but all these lining up at the same numbers, I don't think so. In fact, right here when you go, oh, that's something like, oh, that's a stretch that 225 is really 115. Well, it's showing it right there. It's confirming. These numbers confirm each other because they're multiple ciphers, and that's how they communicate to each other. That's how they secretly communicate what they're doing to the masses and predictively program the future. And then, so this funeral, this is just silly. I mean, they're supposed to be doing social distancing, but some of these people are really close. And whatever, it doesn't matter. This looks ridiculous. And they're wearing the masks. I mean, it's such a farce. It's such a stage. Such a stage. It was just ridiculous. And then they had to break out the fossils, the presidential fossils. I mean, are you kidding me? Just sick. These guys spoke, and then, of course, other Stinky BO is going to speak here in a second because it's all about him. And I'm going to show you how much it's all about him. Now, apparently, I guess it's all made up because it's all about predictive programming and gematria and everything, but Good Trouble right here was on several of their masks. Apparently, that was like a motto or something of John, of this guy. I forgot his name now. So important these guys. John, whatever his name is. Okay, John. Yeah, okay, that's, now, I had it right here. John Lewis. Oh my gosh. I've forgotten his name. John Lewis. Okay, John Lewis. Apparently he had a motto or something, Good Trouble. I mean, if you think about it, Good Trouble, that's quite an oxymoron. And that sounds about right for the Antichrist. He's good trouble as far as the way the world would look at it, that he's good, but he's really trouble. I mean, it's kind of it's their thinking. It's their stupid thinking. And that makes sense. Okay, so Good Trouble this is how all this stuff is really about Stinky BO. Okay, really about the 44th Pres, because 1 plus 3 is 4, and then we have 4, so that's the 44th Pres. Or it's also 1, 3 plus 4 is 17. Again, BO, his initials are BO, that's 2, and O is 15. B plus O is 17. He's also 17. He's also Q, because Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. So that's all here. So we got 44 and 17 are represented right here. And of course, 46 is his birth. We have, take away the 0, 84 is August 4th, his birthday. Supposedly it's coming out tomorrow. And then what's 978 in reverse English gematria? I wonder, it could actually exactly represent, this is just a massive coincidence. The Good Trouble exactly matches Barack Hussein Obama. 978. I don't think so. Not when all this other stuff, 44 and 804, and because there's certain numbers we know that he is. He is 44th Pres. He is 84. He was born on August 4th. So supposedly, right? As far as the public knows and all that. So you can tie those things to those numbers. Here's a smug self looking silvery and skinny Baphomet. Anyway, this guy is far more evil. He's a decent actor because he's far more evil than he comes off. And watch this video. So I'm going to play this video in a second. Watch it a few times, because watch when you adjust the microphone and he has these little, it almost looks like anxiety little things. I don't know if because he's speaking the word. I don't know if he's speaking because he's speaking verses of the Bible or whatever, but it's really weird. Okay. And by the way, all this happened on July 30th, the 9th of Av. And that's not a coincidence, because all these Kabbalists that run the world, they're Jewish Kabbalists in a sense, and 9th of Av is an ominous day. So he's talking about, he's basically he's putting out information about the real ominous day that's coming on the 9th of, but he's doing it on the 9th of Av. Okay. And from the 9th of Av that he did this, that this funeral happened July 30th, 2020 to September 11th. This is 44 days. And he's Mr. 44. That nugget right there. That's all coincidence? I don't think so. Exactly 44 days September, and this guy is doing this. Nope, not a coincidence. Here we go. Ready? Watch this guy. He literally like breathes weird, and then he like. You gotta watch it again. I'm gonna play one more time. Watch this again.
To the believers.
I can't stop it. I have to play it over.
Consider it pure joy, my brother.
You know what? Hold on a second here. There you go. Try this again. Watch. He like breathes weird. Watch it again at some point when you can.
James wrote to the believers. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing.
Okay, so what a smug dude. Okay, so he wrote he said the first thing he said, James wrote to the believers. James wrote to the believers. Okay, he literally quoted James 1, 2 through 4, and James wrote to the believer in Jewish reduction is actually 1, 2, 4. See, this is all planned. Exactly planned perfectly. Now wait till you see all these words that add up to all these things. It's mind-blowing. But James wrote to the believers exactly 1, 2, 4, and the verse he read was James 1, 2 through 4. 1, 2, 4. Okay, this is phenomenal. You can't make this stuff up. Okay, so he literally said, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. That whole thing is 2992 in reverse ordinal right here. Now I'm going to show you why this is important. Now he didn't say that, what I just said. He changed one little word. And you can go back and listen to it again several times. I encourage you to do it. Verify this, but I know it. I guarantee it because I can read lips. I understand so many things. I've been around people for a long, long time and understand a lot of this stuff. So, but look at it yourself. Watch it. He changed it. He changed let to but. And that changes the whole gematria of all these phrasings. In fact, it's very phenomenal what it does. Okay, I'm going to show you here. So he changed let perseverance finish his work to but perseverance finish his work. And it doesn't even sound right. But people don't catch it because they're not really super, you're not going to super pay attention to that closely. And the enemy knows that. And that's, the demon, the high demon that's working in Barack Obama until he gets incarnated by the Antichrist, by Lucifer. Okay? So, but check this out. This one right here in reverse ordinal is 2992. 2992, I just happened to be looking at this recently. The iPad Go released on June 24, 2012 to September 1st being the first day is 2,992 days. And there it is right there. And that's coincidence? No, it's not, because my guy I know that's the 32nd degree Mason that got out of it and everything, Jeremy, he basically said that what was I'm trying to think of what he said exactly. Oh, that there was some people that came to a big meeting, a Masonic meeting, okay, and they said that iPad Go, and they came out and they presented this with him right before Obama became president. He was still running for president and everything, And they saw this, and some of them in the meeting, they're like, he's going to become president. They didn't know, and they told them that this is the plan, and they showed them iPad Goat 2. Okay, so I have that by his information. So this came out a long time ago. So this is important to them. This is their plan. And I'm not going to talk about much about iPad Goat stuff at the end of this, but I just want to reference it here and there. Okay, so, but it's important. So when he says let, it's for, I mean, he didn't say let, but that's what the scripture says. That's what he's referencing. But what he did was, but this is what it changes. It changes it to this. What does it change it to? Plus, let me show you this first. So it's 205 letters, which is, again, I showed you 1125 is 11.5. And I showed you how John Lewis is 11.5. And then all this other stuff, I showed you how Congressman John Lewis is 11.5 and 25. And you have 205 letters. You take away the 0 and you have 25 or 11.5. And it's 42 words. 42 is a number for the Antichrist because in the Bible it says in Revelation he'll reign for 42 months. And those are prophetic months. 42 30-day periods. Why is 42 important also? Because we have 42 up here. Because in this 124 is 1 times 24 is 24. 24 backwards is 42. And then down here we have 2 plus 9 down here. 2 plus 9 is 11 right there. 8 plus 6 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So that's how one of the ways you can compress numbers. It's 115. And I'm showing you how this 115 is right here. And all these other 115s are showing you, which ultimately is 7, is 117, is 119, which is 911. Okay. Next, and then I showed you how, again, John Lewis is 115, so it's right there. And so showing you all these numbers is important. Now, this is really crazy. So by changing this let that's in the actual scripture, so if you were to keep following this thing over, but I already showed you how it all lays out, but this doesn't show it in here, in this little box here, the whole thing, of course, because it's too long. If you change, but this whole thing is from let to but. So basically, it's just this whole phrase has but included, but not let. Okay, but by changing it from let to but, all these ciphers end up being these. And I'm gonna show you what they are. This is really crazy. Okay, so we have 2 plus 5 plus 4 is 11, 9, 9, 11. 9 and 5 plus 6 is 11, 9, 11. 1, 1, and 9 is 9, 11. 1, 1, 8 plus 1 is 9, 1, 1, 9. 2 plus 9 is 11. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9, 11. This is 2. 6 plus 1 is 7. 2, 7 is 1, 1, 7, which is 7, 11. 2 plus 9 is 11. 8 plus 6 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. That's 1, 1, 5. 1, 1. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1, 2, 4 is James. This is what this is quoting right here. This whole thing is quoting James 1, 2 through 4 right here. James 1, 2 through 4. 3 plus 8 is 11, 5. 3 plus 8 is 1, 1, 3, 11. 1, 1, 6 plus 1 is 7. 1, 1, 7. And then this one was 9 plus 8 is 17 plus 6. 7 plus 6 is 13. That's 1, 1, 3. This is how you compress them. Sorry, I'm going to do it fast. And then 2 plus 4 plus 5 is 11 and 3. 1, 1, 3. In fact, these Jewish all have 1, 1. They're all 1, 1, 3. This is 1, 1, 3. So 1 plus 7 plus 4 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. And then 6 plus 5 is 11. 3, 11. 11, 3 or 3, 11. 2 plus 9 is 11, 7. Okay, and we have, excuse me, we have, what was this again? Oh, yeah, this was his, 1 plus 5 plus 2 is 8. And then 9 plus 4 is 13, and 1 plus 3 is 4. 8, 4. And this is very common for the English Gematria and reversing Gematria to be his numbers, his birth. So that's 84, his David's birth, August 4th. And then this is 177. 1 times 7, 7 is 77. And 77 is 7 times 11. Okay, but look at all that. Okay, and if we use let, like it really is in the scriptures, it's just a couple that end up being one of these. But if he changed it to but, and again, you can go back and look at it, all this, and see how they relate to each other. See how 311 is 511 is 711 is 911. It's all right there. I'm proving it. Okay, it's crazy. Okay, then if you look at it in simple, sorry, the other two I showed you were in reverse English gematria. Now this is an English ordinal, so there's simple gematria, which is a equals 1, b equals 2, c equals 3, and the reverse, which I showed you before, those other two that were in reverse, when the original one is let, and the one he changed it to was but. Those were reverse, so z equals 1, y equals 2, for example. That's reverse simple gematria. This is normal gematria, so this is showing this again. Now I'm going to show you how you can compress numbers differently. Again, kind of teaching you again, it's for the ones who don't know. On a 3-digit or 4-digit number, you can compress them different ways and get different messages. So this is the number I'm showing you right here from this whole thing. Consider pure joy, brothers and sisters, when you face trials, all that stuff, right? Okay, and that's using the but instead as well. So it's important that he changed that, because not only did you see all that stuff in gematria, 9/11, 7/11s, 5/11s, and 3/11s, and they all are the same thing as showing you basically, and that's ultimately the attack day we're talking about, and his birth, and the opening of the portals, the golden gates, and the silver gate. Okay, it's also, so here's one example. So 2549 can be compressed into 2 plus 5 plus 4 is 11, 11, 9. Keep the 9. 9/11 backwards, of course. Another way is 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 4 plus 9 is 13. 7/13. Well, September is really 7. September 13th is the last day. I'm saying September 1st through September 13th. So in a sense, it's 7/13. So that's also showing, this is showing you the last day. It's the nuclear attack. Okay, so we have 9 being a 9, being September being 9, or September being 7. Septem. Latin for 7. Another way of looking at this is 2, then 5 plus 4 plus 9 is 18. 218. What's 218? Now, I immediately reminded me of the presidential alert that happened in 2018, fall of 2018, and that was so presidential alert in English gematria is 118, which is 116, because 8 plus 8 is 16. 116, which is 9/11 upside down and backwards. Okay, that's crazy. And then, so that's when that happened. He did the president. Well, it wasn't really Trump. It was FEMA that did it. It was tracking people with the presidential alert, and it was also predictive programming, because it hit cell phones on the East Coast at 2:18 in the afternoon. 2:18 in the afternoon. And that's why it's 2:18, because. So from 2/18, from October 3rd when they did that to September 8th, because it was a presidential alert, it's about alert of the death of the president, Trump, secretly. It's 707 days, and that's 77. Okay, and that's important. They love 77, the double shin. And I've shared this in previous videos. They love the 77, and Trump was also the 88, this is also a presidential alert, is also 188. 1 times 88 is 88, and a simple gematria, 88 is Trump. So that's about his demise. I'm saying this is the day of his demise. The 8th day is his demise. The 7th day is the demise of Obama, and he's going to come back to life, be the Antichrist. Anyway, and then another way of doing this is, another way to compress these numbers is 2 plus 1. So I'm not going to go back to here. I'm just going to do right here to show you very easily. 2 plus 1 is 3, and then we have 8, and that's 38, and that's the twin birth. So we have a birth on the 11th day and on the 13th day. 9/11, the 11th day, and on the 13th day of September, 9/11 being September, and 7 being September 13th. These are both birthdays, and that's 38 is birth, twin birth. Crazy, man. There's so much in this. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm kind of going through this a little bit faster now because I'm trying to get to the end here. So Mr. Smug Nugget right there, Smug Nugget. Okay, here he is. Playing a part, being a fool. Okay, here we go. Ready?
In the words of Scripture, hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not abandoned. Struck down, but not destroyed.
Mr. Smug Nugget himself. Okay.
In the words.
Okay, so this is what he said. He said, in the words of Scripture, hard pressed on every side. This is from Corinthians. In the words of Scripture, hard pressed on every side. Okay, anyway. In the words of Scripture, hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not abandoned. Struck down, but not destroyed. I verified all this. It's in a New International Version as well. But he, so the way he alters this is by saying in the words of Scripture. Okay, now I want to say something about the previous verse he said in James. He said, this James wrote to the believers. It's funny how he says that because he's saying it like he's not one of them. James wrote to the believers. Everybody who knows about the epistles and stuff knows they're written to us, the believers. So why wouldn't he say written to us believers or written to the believer? He says he wrote it to the believers, like he separated himself from them. And it's all about positioning and about the way he says things and everything. And he's definitely uncomfortable, I could tell. And then he gets inspired by the demon inside him. At that point, he's going to be at some point replaced by Lucifer. But you could tell it's really weird. Okay, anyway, so this thing has 130 letters, which is the 13 days I was talking about. By the way, 13 is rebellion. And you have 27 words, so 13 right here. 27 words, which again is 117. This is all planned as well. Oops. I'll do that. 117. So 2 is really 1 117, which is really 911. Okay. So let me do this now. Watch this. So down here we have 1628. So we have keep the 1. That's right down here. Keep the 1, and there's 1. 6 plus 2 is 8, and then we have 8. 188 is really 8 plus 8 is 16. What's 116? Again, I've shown you several times already in this video. 116 is upside down 911. And also we have, again, so if you do it this way, we have 1 plus 6 is 7. 2 plus 8 is 10. Take away the 0. Then you have 7, 1. So now we have the first day, September. Remember I showed you September 13th, which is the last hour, 7:13, which is, when you can look at it, July, but it's Septem to them. Septem is 7 in Latin. So 71 is the first day of September, Septem to them, and then 9/11 is September to us is 9. So that's the 11th day. So I showed you the first or the 11th day and the last day. Now here's the first day and the 11th day right here. Okay, both by a 9 or a 7, which is the same month. Just depends on how you look at the Gregorian or their Roman calendar. This is crazy. And then this whole thing, in the words of Scripture, hard pressed every time, all this stuff, it's in Jewish reduction as 623. Why is that important? Why could that possibly make a big deal? Because 623 in Jewish Gematria is Barack Hussein Obama. So this is showing not only his name, his name is marked by this, but when he's going to be born as the Antichrist. And like it shows, like in iPad Goat, the tassel that's behind him goes in front of him, so he graduates from being a president to the Antichrist. And his tassel points to the truth, and the killings and the shark and all this stuff, and it points to the dragon, which he really is. That's all there. Okay, this is crazy, people. Oop, I'm freaking out again. Sorry, hold on a second. Man, this program is giving me far more problems than normal. Man, I'm on a roll. The enemy doesn't like it. Woo! All right, anyway, here we go. All right, and then this is so crazy. He ended up turning this whole thing into a big political speech and saying, about, conservatives and, pretty much without saying exactly, but saying that conservatives are taking away their voting rights and taking away their availability to vote. And I mean, just whatever. It was ridiculous. And there was a standing ovation at a funeral with these guys. It was a joke. It was a joke. This whole thing's a joke. It was just ridiculous. It was just a massively staged event. I mean, literally, when have you a standing ovation at a funeral? I mean, give me a break. I mean, it was a travesty. It was really horrible. So anyway, so this was really the John Lewis ritual. And he was killed. It was a ritual killing, like pretty much all celebrity killings are. They're killed before they're actually going to die. There's a few out there that die, normal time, but most of it's all rituals. It's all pointing to different things. And especially, I've chronicled many of them in my videos, and I'm going to give you an example how this is, and another death, that how it equates as well. It's crazy. So this is a ritual. He was killed for the Gematria that's inside him, his name, his birthday, all this kind of stuff. And I'm going to show you more. I showed some, but from his date of birth on February 21st, 1940 to September 11th is 29. Let me do this real quick. I gotta remove this. 2900 29,000. Oops. 29,423 days, which is 11, 9. 4 plus 2 plus 3 is 9. 11, 9. That's not a coincidence. And then also, from his birthday to his day of birth from September 1st is 11, 9. 4 plus 1 plus 4 is 9. That's not a coincidence. We have 119, 119. Are you kidding me? And then, by the way, over here, that many days is 4202 weeks, which is 4, 4. Okay, because it's all about Stinky BO. Everything is about him. It's all about him. And these killings and everything is about him. Now look at this other one. They do this a lot as well. So they use actually the day of the year that he was born on the same year, and they go to the next, this important date, September 11th. It's 203 days, which is 23. I showed you that. He's Barack Hussein Obama's Mr. 23, or 32 backwards. Remember, he had that jersey that was 23. And 23 is also 29 weeks, which is 119. Because 2 is really 1 hidden. Okay? I mean, are you kidding me? All this stuff? There's more. Just watch this. I shared this in my last video just briefly, but I want to cover this a little bit more because there's things that just stuck out right away. Kelly Preston dies of breast cancer at 57, and she was supposedly secretly, battling breast cancer for 2 years. Yeah, right. Okay, they say secretly because they killed her off as a ritual killing, and they're gonna say secretly because she's also, she's the John Travolta. That's his wife. And they're both Scientologists and everything, and that's massively ritualistic. That they tie into all this stuff. They're all part of this whole thing. And they said that she was a bright, beautiful, and loving soul. Whenever they have this stuff in quotes right here, and I've showed this many times, this is Gematria. She was a bright, beautiful, and loving soul. That's all Gematria. Remember, she died at 57, right? Well, she was a bright, beautiful, and loving soul. In reverse Gematria is 543. Which is 5, 7, 5, and then 4 plus 3 is 7. She's 57. Oh, that just happened. I'm going to show you how she's more 57s than just those. Because it's about him. It's about telling about the 5, 7 that's coming. Now, the 5, 7 that's coming, because 5, 7 is 7, 7 is 9, 7. Just like 5, 11 is 7, 11 is 9, 11. 5, 7 is 7, 7 is 9, 7. 9, 7 is September 7th, the 7th day of the process, a 13-day birth. And that's when I believe this is going to happen. Also, we have 5 plus 4 down here again. 5 plus 4 as 9 plus 3 is 93. Okay, they want to go from 9 to 3, the bottom of the pyramid, top of the pyramid. We had during 9/11, we had Flight 93, all that stuff. 93 is the Law of Thelema. That's Celestial Crowd. That's about bringing in the Antichrist. And that's 93. Also, 93 is a blend of 9-1 and 9-2, or 9-1 and 9-1-1 is 9-3, because they love the 1 going from 2 to 1. They want to go from 2, the good and the bad, or the chessboard, black and white, to 1 evil, 1 black. So that's not a coincidence. That would be 9-3 as well. Here's more. This is crazy. So remember, I said John Lewis is not only 115, but he was also 57. Well, she was born. Guess what? Another way she ties to Stinky BO. Not only she died at 57, and then she was a bright and whatever soul and all that stuff. That was 57, and then her name, her birth name. She was born in Honolulu, Hawaii. What? Where Stinky BO was supposedly born in Honolulu, Hawaii. Again, because this is all about him, right? Her birth name was Kelly Kamalahua Smith. Kamalahua Smith, however you say that. 75, which is 57 backwards. Whoop, whoop. Anyway, are you kidding me? And then also her name in simple gematria is 224. Her birth name, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4. It just happens to be 44 and 57. Are you kidding me? No, I got more. And then it says in her information about her death, she died in Anthony, Florida. That's not by coincidence. By the way, the 216th day of the year is August 4th, and that's tomorrow, and that's Stinky BO's birthday, 216th day of the year. In fact, her Anthony, Florida, in reverse gematria, if you say this backwards, 216 and 216. And that's August 4th, Sticky Bill's. I'm serious. That's crazy. Okay. And the next, Anthony, just Anthony, the town or whatever it is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. There's the 5, 7 again. No way. No way. Yes, it's true. This is all about the Gematria. They harvest these people. They kill them off for the Gematria in their names, their births. I mean, the birth dates and all this stuff. And I'm going to show more of this. It's crazy. It's sick. It's disgusting. It's all about getting more power. It's called lesser magic, and these different symbols and these different things hidden. And so they can get closer and closer to their ultimate goals and go from smaller rituals to bigger rituals. It's really sick. So that's 57, okay? Now look, and then here we go, from September 11th. So her next birthday would be after September 11th, because her birthday was October 13th. They do this again. They should go for, they do sometimes they do the year of her birth with her birthday to the date, or if they just do the day of the year, basically. So October 13th to September 11th to October 13th would be your next birthday, is 33 days. And we know how they like 33. And then from September 1st, which is the first day of the birth of the Antichrist, to the October 13th is 42 days. And I show you 42 was the number of the Antichrist. 42 reigned for 42 months. And bam, how about this one? This will blow you away. From her death day, July 12th, to September 7th which is really 5-7, which is a 7-7, which is really 9-7. September 9th, which will be the death, I'm saying, and he'll be falsely resurrected on September, is 57 days. So her death day is a reflection of his death day, being 5-7, being 6, or being 5-7, which is really 7-7, which is really 9-7. September 7th, the 7th day. So starting from September 1st is the first day. September 7th is his day, and that's why I'm saying Hawaii. Lava will come out of Hawaii and stuff like that. If this is all right, if I'm all right about this, and all this speculation, I'm getting closer and closer to nailing this whole thing. And I may have done it now. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Now check this out. This is more trippy. So that's another 57, right? Remember that? Wow. See, remember all the 57 she is? It's because he's 57. The only reason why she's dead is because he's 57. And because she was born in Honolulu like him. That's the only reason she's dead. Otherwise, she'd probably be still alive. This is sick, people. These are sick, twisted people that are running the world. And they're about to completely take it over. And we're going to have lockdowns even more and more this month. Mark my words. And going into September, this month is going to just start escalating in lockdowns and stuff, because they're getting ready for this. They want everybody to be at their homes when all this stuff happens. When asteroids starts coming in and all this other stuff start coming in. That's just a board that hit me. All this stuff starts coming in, and they're going to start World War III with all this stuff that I'm telling you about. And I'm going to get into the timeline again on my next video, and with revamped dates of September 1st to September 13th. But if I'm right about all this, and again, this is my grand guess based on evidence, it's all coming down here, and we're going to have a September 11th like we've never seen, okay, and stuff before that, way before that, in September. So days before that, things I'm talking about. Now remember, she's 57. There's 57 from her death day. So I'm saying Sticky Bio's death day, okay, and then he'll come back to life either that day or maybe 3 days. I don't know how it's going to be. He's going to be in the belly of the beast, which is going to be there's a secret area underneath the Capitol building in D.C. where they do rituals every single inauguration, and they're going to put him in a casket there, and he's going to come back to life, and because that's the belly. The Capitol is a belly. Down the mall, in the middle of the mall, is a Vesica Pisces with the monument. Vesica Pisces is a female area, and the monument is the penis. And then you got the Lincoln Memorial down from there. This is all, and all Washington is set up as an upside down pentagram. I've shown many times, streets and everything. I mean, wake up, people. Would you wake up, please? The ones who don't understand that this is all planned, and the Antichrist has to be a president. Has to be. Because the rituals they do every single inauguration, and secretly, and also, it's crazy. There's so many things out there. And then check this out. From John Lewis's death, which is July 17th right here, to September 11th, is 57 days. And 57, she was 57, and there's more, a little bit more. I'm done. Kelly Preston. Okay, I've shared first and last letter codes many times, and they're all over the place. Here's one of them too. Here's another way that she's these attack days and everything, and everything I'm talking about. And so first letter code for Kelly Preston is K and P. K is 11, 11th letter of the alphabet. P is the 16th letter. 1 plus 6 is 7. Backwards, because you start with the last name first. So 711. Again, 711 is 911. Okay, and the last letter code, Y is in Kelly is 7. Okay, because Y is the 25th letter in the alphabet. 2 plus 5 is 7. Then N is the 5th. Backwards is NY, which is also New York, is 57. 57. There you go. That's another way that Kelly. How many ways have I shown Kelly Preston's 57? Like 5? 4 or 5, whatever it was. And John Lewis, dude. But look at this. So there's Stinky B.O.'s number for his death, and then there's the attack date. That's September 11th. September. And then this is really 9/7, because 5/7 is 7/7 is 9/7. Crazy. Okay, now I'm just telling you what I'm going to show more in the next video. It's going to be more about iPad Go and stuff and things I've already uncovered, but I'm going to show you this ahead of time. This is the timeline that's shown for 2020, and I thought it was going to be in here, okay, right in here, but it wasn't. Now it looks like it's making so much sense for September, and this is correct. This confirms September is this one right here. This is the Kennedy figure. There's a number of things. This is a Kennedy right here, a hole in the head. It also may be an asteroid impact and things like that. I'm not going to get into all that right now. But right here, this thing right here, see that right there? What is that? And I shared this last year. Okay, but I'm going to show this more. And I didn't share all this last year. I shared some of this last year, but I got more stuff this year. Okay, so this thing right here, okay, is this. Now, to just turn it upside down and sideways and backwards, it's 9/11. That's 9/11. Okay, that's 9/11, and then see you have 9/1, and on the 11th, 9/11 is this Calla lily. Oops, I didn't mean to put that gate right there. Oops. Okay, it doesn't matter. So that Calla lily on 9, see that 9/11 here, 9/11, 9/11, and the Calla lily is on the 11. That's death. Calla lily has to do with death. Okay, there's Calla lilies on. There's many. I remember, and I couldn't find a good picture right away. It took me a while. I remember when I used to watch cartoons and stuff, especially like Looney Tunes stuff. They use whenever they have an example of somebody who died, they would be holding a Calla lily. Couldn't find a good picture of that, but there's Calla lilies on caskets and stuff all over the place, and they even have them on tombs. On a tombstone. There's Calla lilies right there. Well, why are Calla lilies? Not only so, Calla lilies represent birth and death and rebirth. Okay, death and rebirth, because main reason why we put Calla lilies on a grave, on a tombstone, on a casket is because you want the person to be reborn. They died, and you maybe they're going to heaven. You want them to see them again or whatever. They're going to be reborn. So it's Calla lilies specifically death and rebirth. It's not just death. It is a massive symbol of death. It is. But a lot of people don't know it's rebirth, because you're looking forward to that loved one being reborn in heaven necessarily. And here's another thing you probably didn't know that the Lord just showed me. I didn't know. When you look at a Calla lily from the top, it's a spiral, or it's a gate. It's a gate, like the gold and silver gates. And that's what they're looking forward to. And remember I said right here, if this is a gate, or this is death and rebirth, this is a gate. The gate's on the 11th. So you have 9/1, which is September 1st, right here, 9/1. When you get to 9/11, the 11th day is the gate, the spiral. It's the gate. Another confirmation of the 9/11 from both the Lord's perfect sign, my diagram, the timeline I show with the Golden Gate alignment and the Revelation 12 sign and the twin birth and all that, and this and everything else. Okay, this is my case so far. So brace for impact for September. This is my grand guess at this point. let's go from there. So I thank you for listening. Sorry it was so long. For some people, I know they don't mind. Other people, they do mind. But it is what it is. I bring as big of a case as I possibly can bring. So thank you so much. Everybody supported me, prayed for me, everything, given, contributed to my family financially, everything. I thank you so much. I bless you. I thank you. I thank you so much. And if you please pray for me and my family as well, and then please share this. I specifically didn't make this too much about iPad Goat for the people who are really religious, who just want to share this about God stuff and everything and scriptures and all that stuff. And I shared some of that. It's just what the Lord has me do it. And now I'm so thankful to have some of these things that are so locked on right now. The Silvergate thing, Lord's perfect sign, my timeline, and all this stuff that's amazing. And I'm more than happy to have that. And I've asked the Lord for things like that. He's finally given me all that. Maybe at the end, maybe when it's going to actually be that, I finally have more of this evidence from the Lord and from the Bible and everything like that. So I'm thankful for that. So please, but share this video. I beg you, show this to as many people as possible. Send this to as many people as possible. Beg you, so they can see what's possibly coming. And I'm not guaranteeing any of this. I can't guarantee anything. I don't know the future. I'm just trying to go by what the Lord shows me in His warning. And the reason why you'd want to know this, the reason why the dates are important, is because if these things start happening, then you know that maybe the next things are going to happen, and you have some ground on your feet to maybe share the truth, share these videos with other people, or share the truth of what's coming. And you could say, hey, this meteorite hit, let's like this guy said, and we might have Trump killed, and then or Obama killed, and then Obama gets killed, and then tomorrow's supposed to be Trump, and then Trump gets killed. I mean, I don't know, okay, but then you say, well, the portal's going to be opening up soon. I mean, people are going to be leaving, children are going to be taken. I mean, are you kidding me? On that portal day, the 9/11, if I'm right, the 144 are taken first with the children. All the children of the world that are up to age accountability, which I think between 17 and 18. And at some point, I'm going to put links in the description box again for these different links to scriptures that I have all put together to show, the raptures, the multiple raptures, the 140 stuff about the 144, and about the children being taken first with the 144 and all that. So, God bless you. I hope you got a lot of this. Hope this blew your mind, because it blew my mind off. I mean, it just blew me off. Blew my top off. Again, I was looking all over for it. I had to put it back on, blew it off again. I mean, the Lord's amazing. Hopefully you see how amazing the Lord Jesus is. And if you're available to listen and to do what He shows you to do, it's all worth it. Even though it's very tough at times to be in the world and be a follower of Jesus, ultimately it's going to be the best ever. 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 And guess what? The ones who are faithful are going to come back as His avengers on this earth, as His arrows and His quiver. Him riding the white horse. I'm not getting into all that, but the enemy has his own white horse, but the Lord has His own white horse, and we're going to be the arrows in His quiver, like Sagittarius shooting arrows into the scorpion or Scorpius. And Jesus is going to be using the arrows that are the 144 and the faithful to shoot into the scorpions when we come back during the tribulation. So believe it or not. This is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.